What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the channel here. The market was up yesterday. I was investing in people. Just remember, you make the stock market fit your lifestyle. And as long as you check in before the next bell that opens the market again, you're good to go. So here we are, closing print. Market was up, all-time highs. Oh, what a glorious day it is. Nothing sold. We still have all three of our positions. We do have a little bit of cheddar coming in, and we'll have our automatic deposit next week as well. So remember, we've done all this movement based off of $10 a week deposit. And I think that's a great place to start. You have to get your finances together, including a safety fund and all the consumer debt paid off. Start working on, other things before you increase this $10. And a lot of people will increase too soon. But that's why for this public account, I'm ready, steady Eddie, $10 a week until I stop sharing the progress. But you can see we went from a $200 starting point up to 14 and a half. So huge progress. It's boring. It's not that exciting. It's not hard at all. But still yet many will not follow. But that's all we have for the public account. So if you're new, see you later. Leave a like on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new. And let's get right into it for the bag holders in the main account. Looks like I actually did have some activity. Energy transfer. I was on the road all day. I chickened way out on this one, but when I sold it, the RSI was around the 65. We were kind of on the breakout, and you look at, we came back down. I'm starting to feel pretty good about it. I got 16.58 per share, which is not anything crazy. It's close to the high day, but I get a little antsy when I haven't had any movement in a while, and especially now I had some issues with options that kind of clogs up my liquidity, and I think that plays into my patience. There we go. ET. This was a very lackluster trade, but that's what makes it so important to show, because the ones that you buy and they go straight up, you can't learn anything off of those. They just work. But it's kind of literally a coin toss. They can either go up or down, you know. But this was an entry we took, and then it did absolutely nothing. We bought it on 820, so month and a half, month and 3/4 here, and we made 1.69%. And you think, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But it's 11.86% annualized return. Obviously, for this particular year, the S&P is way outperforming that. But over the long run average, that still beats the S&P 500. And that's why I do this strategy, is to build alpha against the S&P 500. That's the only reason. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Benjamin Franklin paid me a dividend. That's sweet. Got the QQQY dividend. No way. Sick. Very cool. Then we have options land. Okay. So I did sell a put on BitX for the 25 and a half. And you can see we were down here. What was the low? 24, 23. So as soon as on Monday, as soon as I sold this freaking thing, it went straight down. But the close on Friday was 27.8. So I was able to collect all of that premium. I did not get assigned. And that is free money in the bank, which I have used to buy monthly income. So my monthly income has went up, and I never really had to put up some cash to even buy the shares. So I like this strategy. And we had one more. I love messing with silver. Silver and gold. It took me a while to get into these asset classes because they don't kick out dividends. And I'm a dividend guy, right? But through options, I'm able to make this an income producing asset. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I had from Wednesday to Friday, so from this open to here, I had the 29 strike and on a call. So had it closed above $29, then I got to sell my shares. Okay. But it's right at 29. Should be really good premium for Monday. As soon as Monday opens, we'll either sell the shares outright if the price is over 29 and start looking to sell a put. I like that side of the trade better because when I sell a put, I get the 80% to win. That's kind of where I'm at. So even though I get assigned occasionally, it's not often, right? And I'm just using that to build my monthly incomes. So, but while we are assigned in this silver trade, it prevents me from selling another option just by way of the liquidity, because I'm not going to overextend myself, especially at all-time highs. And we do have a few other trades that are looking pretty good. We'll go through and look at them because I don't have any liquidity to do any swing trades or anything. But if you do, you should be going through all of your stocks. I don't need to because I don't have any money, right? So there's no point. But you can see this trade here on Ally is working very, very well. It's ready, steady, Eddie, but it's going up on average almost every single freaking day. So even though this was a weird entry because of the way the averages were, the signal was still very, very reliable. So we're still a long way to go there. I'm not chicken yet, but you start seeing this golden line come into it. Look for me to get the hell out. It's another lackluster trade, right? It just kind of chopped around sideways, but it did make a higher low, right? So we should make a higher high. This is another one where I'm actually in profits. So should it get close to this 200, no matter what the RSI is, don't be afraid or don't be surprised if I just get the hell out of this one too. But it's working. It's just slow, right? But you got to think, trying to make 1% a month, it ain't fast. Unless it's a flip, right? And I have a flip that's getting ready to sell too. They've got very, very close, and the bid-ask spread is very wide. So I thought I would get tagged out of that, but I did not. Actually, in profits here too on Roper, and you can see the 200 act as a little support. So hopefully we shoot back up at least into this level or up into here. You see these zones, price has memory and all that. This zone here, you can see it tagged here and here and here. It's very strong, right? So it will take some doing to get above here. But with the way the RSI is on a 52, we start moving up into this area. That RSI going to be probably close enough for me, and I'll take my money and run. Didn't have a whole lot of activity this week for the charity. I think we did one day put money in there, but not ideal. Last trade to look at today, ELV, which was a flip. I got 3 bullets in this thing, and it was very close to selling. I think my sell price is actually underneath high day. I would think 505.46 is actually underneath the high day. So how I didn't sell my shares is freaking shenanigans, okay? But it didn't work out. It doesn't really matter. It's swooping back into look at all this support. Boom, 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 boom. It's all here. That's a big zone. And it come down just enough to get people out of their stop losses. That's why I don't do a stop loss. I'm not saying that's a bad strategy or you shouldn't do a stop loss, but I don't do one. I'm just a bag holder. You've seen me with EBIX. We can take a look at that one. The biggest failure so far. But I'll let it go to 0. That's just how I roll. Is it not even a thing anymore? It might have finally went to zero. It would be the first stock that's ever done that. And I collected $470 or some crazy stuff in premium. And if it did finally go to zero, I think it did. I think it's out of here. But I lost $30. It's not a big deal at all. But that's how it helped me refine my option strategy to not take normal companies. I like taking the broader stuff, but also look for, back to ELV, also look for this one to set up into a swing trade. So not worried that'll likely go. That frees up all of my capital. And actually the BidX trade did go through. So I actually have 5 bullets. I actually do have money. Let's look for some swing trades. I actually do have money. Interesting. It just gets crazy when you try to do multiple different strategies, but that's how I have fun in the markets, and I do think there is edge there. So I'm checking it out. Yeah, let's go through here. I think I got 5 bullets, so should things start to pan out, we'll for sure do that. But I was on a freeze because I had the possibility of getting assigned on the BidX auction, so that's why I didn't have any. But now that option has settled, so game on. I got money, and we read off dividends coming in. We've been watching this one. There it is, finally. Walgreens. The 5 EMA over the 20 SMA. Blue line over the green line, and it is very difficult to see, but the numbers are right here. Blue, green. Very simple. Put an order in. Nothing will fill, obviously, but it will queue in for Monday. And it doesn't matter. Like people say, oh, well, I can't do stocks because I can't look at the market all day. I don't either, man. I don't. It's all automated for the most part. How many would that even be? Shoot load. All right, 921 on the closing print. It's the same for me as it is for you. And currently, let's take a look. I'm down 36% in this position. Isn't that fun? So that'll be a huge average down. And Walgreens is in the hurt locker, and they have some problems. They do. But the LW thing from up here, I believe we're still negative here. Some of these are just, yep, still in there. It's like break even. So don't be surprised if I don't cut this sucker out break even. Just get out. Should probably go ahead and put the order in. And you see, as you bought it here, you have huge profits. It just failed up here. And sometimes they do that. Yeah, I'm just going to put the order in. We'll make a little bit of money. What do you think? Let's go with $72.99. Because I'm not going to be able to get alerted by the RSI. It's already crazy. But could easily sell in the after hours. And that would give me 2 more bullets, right? And that's the whole thing, is that this thing can run. I mean, it can keep going. But the fact that we've already kind of been bamboozled from the jump, it hurts our ability to actually make profits. So it was good that I finally pulled my head out of my butt crack and realized we have money. There's always money flowing. And there's always dividends coming in almost every day. So Disney, you see, hit the 70. Shell was in profits briefly. We looked at Ally already. SN looks like it's getting there. We got the little D coming up there. I like that. Was this the 30? No, very close. And we'll do a little big picture at the end of this too. It's really important to keep your mental really ahead of the game, because that's the hardest part. I mean, figuring out this simple math for 1% stuff is nothing. This one's another one just getting dogged on it, man. Look at that. How low can you go? It can go to 0, 100%. And that helped me refine the strategy for helping my daughter learn to trade. So, because I want to help keep her as safe as possible, but there is risk in the stock market. Remember, you got to make your own decisions. You can't just follow me. This is not financial advice. But as somebody who was single parent paying child support on top of it with the kids living with me, man, there was no money. But I found a little bit, just a little bit, to get me started. And a decade later, life is a lot better than what it could have been without a little help from dividends and investments. So that's why I'm motivated to help share this with y'all. So hopefully you appreciate that. If you do and you're still here, leave me a like. Make sure you're subscribed and all that stuff. And we're going to power through here. Just looking for, look at that swing trade. You start to see them. You're in here, and it ran right up. Obviously, the ones that go fast, you get huge annualized returns there, and they look really sexy and stuff like that. But these are not really flashy, sexy companies. But they, in my opinion, are an important part of the economy, and they're businesses that I don't think are easily replaced. Any business can get bought out, or the shares can get diluted, and they can kind of take the value away from shareholders and stuff. So you're never really safe. That's why I have a bunch of them. But maybe it's, false sense of security. But in my opinion, they're more safer, reliable. They don't move as much. But if you're not just buying and holding them, and you're actually trading them, it's like, take for example this one here. It runs up, right, to its high. It come down, but you wouldn't lose any money because you're not in trade yet. You get in here, you run it up, and you've made this spread, right? And it's still not over the all-time highs of where it was, and it could set up again, So when it starts going sideways, I mean, you can see these moves. You can take money off, If your entry was here, look at this. You're not out till up here. Or if you're a chicken like me, you're out at the yellow line, But I just think there's huge alpha potential if you just look, right? If you just look and go through the stocks when you have money, it's not that there's not a strategy that doesn't beat the S&P. That's not why people say it's impossible or hard to beat the S&P 500. It's because people won't do it, and they get emotionally tied up into their money. For me, I never had any money, so it's going to be just fine. And I've got a kind of disposition, just genetically, that makes this a good game for me. But I think anybody can do it. I do. Some have to try harder, and some it comes more natural, I think. But there's nothing technically difficult about this. It's just pictures and lines in a calculator. I mean, it ain't no big deal, right? The problem comes is if you have to tell your significant other, we're not going out to eat tonight because you got to put $10 in your account. That's where the struggle comes. I don't have those struggles. Or vacations or whatever, new cars, dumb stuff, right? Very, very dumb stuff, financial stuff. Buying stuff you can't afford. It's that simple. There's a BTI. finally did fly again. I'll be excited to take that one. I like that one, even though I hate smoking. I like that because it's tied to commodity, right? That's why a lot of people will never do oil trades or any of that other stuff. I love those kinds of trades. It gives you an opportunity to have a move outside of the normal market movement. They dance with the market sometimes, and sometimes they just start singing their own song. And same way with gold and silver and bonds, right? So that's why those are the kind of assets that I like to do. But a business that actually creates money and products over the long run for compounding, man, setting it and forget it. And I'd much rather own individual stocks than like the SCHD or one of these other deals. But I do own a lot of the SP 500. So that's a little different in my opinion. Same concept, right? It's a bucket. Somebody else manages it. You pay them, yada, yada, yada. But since I don't have much tech weighting, we got a little D coming up. Since I don't have much tech weighting and the way the S&P has evolved in the holdings and the weightings, I think it's a good exposure versus having like the triple Qs or the NASDAQ or whatever. I don't think I need it because the S&P is so tech heavy now. And with AI, pretty much every company is a tech company. Yeah, this one after the split, it gave me a zero cost basis. So I'm just going to hold this forever, I think. It doesn't even pay a dividend, but with a zero cost basis, if you sell it, it's all taxed. I don't want to do that. I spent a lot of money on that. There's one, right? Yeah, but we got one. Sirius. Oh, do you remember when we had Sirius? Oh, the RSI, and we got destroyed. And then look, we got out. Right? Hit me again, Johnny. Let's do it. They did a split to make the price higher. So we're at $24.93. I think my thumb will work today. And of course, all of these are going to queue, right? But they could all fill 8 p.m. Sunday. And that's why you'll see posts if you're part of the Facebook group. If not, just search it. I mean, you can find me. But I'm looking. And eventually, I need a little bit more money. But eventually, I want to get into futures and possibly Forex just because I like the bracket order things, but the charts are way different, right? So initially I thought it'd be pretty easy. It's not going to be easy. Right? There's going to be a learning curve, and it takes time, right? But it runs 24 hours a day. See, so wow, that was the last one. Cool. That's what we have for today. Then we did get a few buys in, so we have still some money in case the market goes down. And there's something on the screener. There were a few things on there, so we're ready for next week. I hope you are too. A little bit of a slow ramble here on a Saturday morning. Thank you all for tuning in. And if you know anybody, spread the word, man. That's what it's all about. I'm not here to show you exactly what to do or to follow me as an alert service. But as somebody said that, because we all know, start a business, real estate, stock market. This is the three main vehicles, right? But if somebody told me that regular people like me can do this, man, I'd have been much more involved much sooner, and much wealthier. So if you know anybody that maybe has disposition for this kind of stuff, send them my way for a free watch, man. There's tons of videos, 1,000 I think, close. Been doing this for several years just for free, just try to help y'all out. So hopefully I'll appreciate that. If you do, leave me a like, and we're going to catch you in the next one. We're going to be opening up baseball cards tomorrow. I've got more investment in people today. We're going to a wedding and starting to get out and get things going. Life change happens in another week. So be look for the timing of the videos to either change or I just stop making them because I want there to be value there for you guys. And if you can't watch it with some time before you look at your stuff or after you look at your stuff, there's not much value there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm fixing to get really busy and I'm fixing to buy a lot of stock. So we'll do that for a short period of time and then go back into retirement and building the charity out with real money. So hopefully that makes a little sense to you guys. Thank you guys for being patient with me and sticking along. And for the new subscribers, hello, welcome. And that's it. Have an awesome day.